Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. And if you don't know already, the Houston Police Department created an internal policy, unauthorized, that swept over 260,000 criminal cases under the rug. This is an actual statement directly from the HPD website. If you think your incident report was suspended, lack of personnel, and you have questions about your report, please contact us between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Special Victims Report at houstonpolice.org. Let's dive right into this so I can show you what this is all about. I got over there. Over there. All right. Try that again. There we go. Let me double check just to make sure.
The Houston Police Department today finally issued its final report into one of its biggest scandals ever, the suspension of over 260,000 criminal cases because of a lack of manpower. It all started with the department admitting back in February that over 4,000 sexual assault cases had been suspended due to a lack of personnel.
And today, over 6 months later, interim police chief Larry Satterwhite presented these findings before Houston City Council this morning as to how this all happened. Let's go to KPRC2 investigator Mario Diaz now. He was there. And Mario, Chief Satterwhite acknowledged that there was failure to the top, at the top, really, for years.
That's right, Danny. Satterwhite started his presentation by speaking to the issues of HPD being understaffed before ultimately admitting the entire leadership team at HPD missed the scandal time and time again. Satterwhite spoke for over an hour, taking several questions from council members as to how something like this could happen. A code that was not only implemented as policy in 2016, but one that Satterwhite admits officers were trained on in terms of how to use it. Satterwhite also confirming what KPRC2 Investigates first reported in April, that sex assault cases involving children had been suspended. Afterwards, the interim chief and the mayor held a news conference.
I want you to listen to this peace officer, this one that calls himself a law enforcement officer, because he doesn't even know the law. And I'm going to prove it after his statement. And not only does he not know the law, but a longtime Texas State Senator, John D. Whitmire, who is also a licensed bar attorney, doesn't know the law either.
The biggest fail, again, is that there was no follow-up. There was no checking in. There was no looking back to say what actually is going on, and is it the right thing to do, and how do we fix it if we had, because this could have been fixed many years ago, and it's unfortunate that it did not until now.
I'm still shocked, having worked with HPD, city leadership, the employee groups, that this could exist for so many years and not become public. I'm just shocked.
Now, as I first reported back in May, the entire investigation was reopened because of integrity questions that were raised regarding a letter that Executive Assistant Chief Chandra Hatcher wrote to then Chief Troy Finner that helped launch the investigation. Multiple law enforcement sources confirmed to KPRC2 Investigates that Hatcher was not truthful in that letter. Again, this is the letter that was used to launch the investigation. During the news conference with Chief Satterwhite, I asked for the status of Hatcher since she was not in attendance today.
She is a member of the Houston Police Department, an active member of the Houston Police Department right now.
Is she still an executive assistant chief?
She will not be a part of the executive team.
Has she been demoted?
She is still making decisions. And in respect to her, I'm letting her make those decisions, and she has some time to do that.
We, of course, are not done investigating this scandal. We'll have more coming up over the course of the next 24 hours. Live in the newsroom, Mario Diaz. KPRC2 Invest.
What do we have here, Fearless Floyd? This is Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 2.14, titled May Summon Aid. Current as of April 14th, 2021. Whenever a peace officer meets with resistance in discharging any duty imposed upon him by law, he shall summon a sufficient number of citizens of his or her county to overcome the resistance, and all persons summoned are bound to obey. It doesn't describe what the resistance is. Apparently, there's a resistance because there's a lack of personnel. So where do you get more personnel? You summon a sufficient number of citizens of the county to overcome the personnel shortage. That's the law. That's the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Wow. I wonder who failed to read that. Although we can go way out of our way to create this insane, idiotic, unconstitutional, criminal, and I'll throw out evil policy to not investigate criminal reports. But you want to go train everybody on that policy when you could easily just went and said, hey, let's go read the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure so we know the law and not policy. Hey, all my law enforcement buddies out there probably should study the law. So when somebody's trying to teach you the law, you might want to listen next time instead of laughing at them, ridiculing them, or telling them, hey, why don't you save that for the courtroom? Because they may just get you in there and clown you when you don't know the law because they were trying to educate you. And you decided to take it as an affront and then belittle the pure person and ridicule them because of your own ignorance. I'll digress and not continue with my disabuse. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. If you know any of the actors portrayed in this video, please share this video with them. They should learn the law. And I'm shocked that John D. Whitmire is shocked that this hasn't become public in 8 years. Welcome to the cesspool of Texas, where it's always kept under the rug and out of the public for as long as you guys will keep it out. Right, John? You remember when I wrote you to get you to draft legislation to create a statute authorizing the challenge of a misdemeanor conviction via writ of habeas corpus, akin to the Article 1107 challenge to a felony conviction via writ of habeas corpus. But you ignored me. And that's one of the many complaints I sent your way to your office that you ignored for over a decade. So don't come out now and be shocked because you're on camera. If you were shocked when I told you about the continuing criminal organization called the State of Texas and the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and the American Correction Association, were you listening then, John? Absolutely not. You probably should go watch that video too. You're part of that. You were on the Senate Criminal Justice Committee. Oh, damn, John. And you didn't know about that? You were shocked? Leave a comment below, please. Y'all have a good weekend. If you're in the city of Houston and you made a criminal offense report and you never heard back and you feel it was suspended due to this idiotic and insane policy, call this number. If you know anybody that has been affected by this, pass this information on, send them this video. It's time that you as an individual educate yourself and learn what the law really says. And then when it comes time, when they're trying to cram the law down your throat because they're creating policy and using policy as law, and you accept it, they'll continue to do that. So we have to educate them what the law really says, especially when they're in public, on the news, making fools of themselves. When here I am, just some jailhouse lawyer, an old writ writer from the TDCJ, has to show y'all what the law really is. Sounds like an indictment upon our politicians.